In the wake of the most controversial night in the history of the XWA, we welcome you to episode 4 of XWA TakeDown. We are live deep in the heart of Texas, here in Houston. And making her way to the ring, a woman who a lot of people right now are asking for some serious answers after what happened at XWA InsurXion. This, of course, is the president and CEO of the XWA, Carmella Blackheart, and boy, are there a whole lot of issues that she has to address after what transpired at the CPV. Interference, officiating, errors, you name it. Wow. And already, right off the bat, she's making a huge match for the next CPV event, XWA Solstice. Magnus von Schwartz versus Victory Musashi. That's a pretty big deal right there, folks. And if World's Finest interferes in that match, they will be fired on the spot. And speaking of the XWA World Heavyweight Championship, speaking of the devil, so to speak, here comes the Red Devil Tyson Terra making his way to the ring. This is the man who directly interjected himself into the Game of Thrones match between Riot and Orion at InsurXion for reasons I'm assuming we're going to find out right now. Oh my God, are you kidding me? No, that can't be. That's gotta be a lie. Tyson Terra is Carmella Blackheart's sister? No, this I just have a real hard time believing here, folks. And wait a second. Here's a face that we weren't expecting to see come out here, especially not in this type of a situation. The still reigning, still undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Orion. And undefeated as such because his last match ended in a no contest, thanks in part to Thr's interference. Now I'm still wondering exactly what his business is out here, especially after this apparent announcement by Thr. And Thr poses a very interesting point, one that I pointed out at InsurXion as well. The fact that Riot did in fact score a pinfall victory against Orion during the Game of Thrones match. That was the first time that Orion has been pinned for a 3 count since he came to the XWA. Of course, that's null and void since the match was declared no contest, but it looks as if we know exactly what Orion came out here looking for, and that's a fight. And now it looks as if Carmella Blackheart is making this match official for later tonight. For the first time ever, Thr against Orion. Or should we say Tyson Blackheart against Orion? Wow. I'm still processing the information that we just received, but we've got a match scheduled to open things up, and this one's going to be a classic. Drake Manning, Captain Canada himself, against the victorious Man of Miracles, David Faith. And we are back here on Takedown, and making his way to the ring, Drake Manning, a man who is looking to regain some momentum since the Only the Strong tournament. He, of course, fell in the very first round of the tournament to the current New Japan World Champion Jun Suzuki. Still a young man who has a whole lot of potential and is still trying to find his place here in the pecking order of the XWA. He's got himself a tall order to start with tonight. A man who, I say, since InsurXion has been vindicated, so to speak. David Faith, and throughout the past couple of days after InsurXion, he has talked about how it feels good for him to have overcame the obstacle of Adrian Aries in such a match as a first blood match, something completely out of his element, to have been able to come away victorious has him pretty much refocused now on bigger and better things in the XWA. Like a page, a chapter in the book of David Faith had been written at the end of InsurXion, and now begins a new one here on Takedown. You could say a new chapter is being written for both of these guys moving forward in their careers, and the first step in that journey will be one another. And like I said before the break, this here is going to be a wrestling classic. These two men amongst the most technically sound ring generals in the XWA, which is surprising to say in the case of Drake Manning since he is so young. But you can see right here, just trading hold for hold here, getting a feel for each other. Front headlock now by Faith, and breaking the hold there is Manning. Now they go into another collar and elbow tie-up. And now Faith from behind. No, Manning with the reversal. Sidearm lock. No, goes from behind now. And Faith with another front headlock. And finally breaking the hold with an Irish whip into a drop kick. And nothing scientific about that, just straight knuckles to the face of Drake Manning. David Faith, who of course was in the finals of the Only the Strong tournament, only a win away from becoming the pure champion, but of course sustained heavy head trauma at the hands of Adrian Aries. Head trauma throughout the entire tournament. I'm really not even... I'm kind of amazed right now at the fact that David Faith is competing here tonight, and that he competed in InsurXion. He suffered, according to medics, severe head trauma. This is their official diagnosis of David Faith that I'm reading off here. One more severe shot to his head could result in a possibly career-ending concussion or worse. That's the level of punishment that David Faith sustained at the Only the Strong tournament, and yet here he is inside of the squared circle competing, because that's his life, that's his livelihood. And that was almost a victory there off of a Northern Lights suplex. And there goes a nice fireman's carry takedown, amateur style, by the amateur expert, the graduate of the University of Michigan, product of their wrestling program, and of course national champion in the heavyweight division, with a swinging, flipping neckbreaker there on Manning. Manning, of course, trained up north in Canada, has spent some time in numerous territories up in the Great White North, including the Hart family dungeon. So this man has definitely made the travels and has honed his craft into the product that you see now. Grounding Faith there with a series of elbow shots right to the collarbone. And Drake Manning, he's got, what is he doing here? Oh my God, look at that. 3 straight shots to the turnbuckle to that vulnerable head I was speaking of David Faith, and now a running face wash. And you gotta believe that even in the case of it being a Drake Manning, a guy who does not blatantly target opponents and intentionally try to injure them, the writing is on the wall as far as David Faith goes, and the shots to the head. And you've got to believe that anytime he steps into the ring, his opponent is going to exploit that weakness. And that is exactly what we're seeing being done here by Drake Manning. It's just good strategy. But whatever it was he had planned to follow up just got nullified by Faith with that German suplex. And now David Faith with the wrist lock and the miracle. Right in the middle of the ring, down goes Drake Manning. And this could be the turning point or the ending point of this match. Only gets a 2 count though. But immediately on the follow, Faith with the Irish whip into the corner. And now David Faith has plans and aspirations on the top turnbuckle now. Double underhook suplex. And Drake Manning goes down in a heap right in the center of the ring. Another cover by Faith. And a 2 count. 2 near falls by Faith. And now both men trading shots center of the ring. Drake Manning going low, however, might be questionable considering the fact that the vulnerable point on Faith right now is the head, not the body. But you know what they say, kill the body and the mind dies. Typical boxing strategy right there. But just like that, quick as a hiccup, David Faith pops up with a shot and then delivers that spinning fisherman suplex. And another near fall. Faith now with a side headlock and gets bowled over by Drake Manning with a series of clotheslines and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker once again to the midsection. A balanced attack being executed here by Manning. And now he's going to go for that Canadian neck breaker. So much for balance. Right to the back of the neck. And Manning now is on a roll. What's he going to do? Wait, oh, what the hell? From out of nowhere. I didn't even see these two come in. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Adrian Aries and whoever this other guy is. I don't know who he is. I haven't seen him before, but they're just putting a number right now on Manning and Faith. And it seems like we're just picking up right where we left off at InsurXion with another blindside attack from out of nowhere. And Adrian Aries is incensed, but now they're leaving the ring, and I don't have any idea what's going on here, folks. We gotta go to break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to XWA TakeDown, and what you are seeing right now is what transpired moments ago. It was supposed to be a one-on-one match between David Faith and Drake Manning until these two men, Adrian Aries and whoever this other guy is, came in and attacked both Faith and Manning from behind. And now we're receiving word here that Tyson Blackheart is backstage explaining what exactly is going on. So now we know that the guy on the right's name is Adam Warden, and Rottweiler, who is one of the 6 men to be in the Battle Royale later tonight to determine the #1 contender for the World Championship, is now a part of this group known as Villainy. Welcome back to Takedown, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the Syndustry. Three ladies who had mixed results at InsurXion. The team of Tamara and Miyoko Shinsuke, of course, losing the Diamond Tag Championship. But Sin Callahan, as you can see, winning the Diamond Championship in rather controversial fashion. What is it that they've got to say now as they come striding into the squared circle? And you heard it from Jamie Fury herself. 6 Diamond Tag Team action coming up next on XWA TakeDown. Welcome back to XWA TakeDown, and we are set for tag team action. 6 Diamond Tag Team action, to be more specific. And making her way into the arena now, the former XWA Diamond Champion, Sonya Robbins. And I have to tell you how awkward it is for me to say former Diamond Champion Sonya Robbins. For so long, we have seen her march down to the ring with that championship belt in tow. But of course, not anymore. The title now in the possession of Sin Callahan after that controversial decision at InsurXion. But one thing you can definitely say about the former champion is that her spirits are not dampened in any stretch of the imagination, not being the champion anymore. And she has made it perfectly clear that she has every intention on regaining that title at some point in the very near future. And speaking of new champions, here making her stride down to the ring is one half of a new Diamond Tag Champions, Tadako Togo. The Diamond Tag title being Togo's first championship here in the XWA, obviously being a multiple-time champion in several other organizations the world over. This championship, according to her, has more meaning to it on the fact that it's something now that she can hold and be proud of, that she has earned here in the United States specifically. And let me get into a little more detail about the potential of this new tag team championship tandem of Togo and Jamie Fury. The level of experience between these two women is unparalleled. Obviously, multiple time champions, Fury herself a multiple time Diamond champion, and of course that quintessential combination of speed in Togo and power in Fury. This is one very dangerous tag team for any duo in the Diamond division to deal with, and to be perfectly honest with you, I think that these two have the potential of holding those championships for a very long time, considering who it is that they managed to defeat to win the championship. Even though the way they won the championship at InsurXion is pretty questionable and, quite frankly, a bit on the mysterious side. But getting into the action in the ring, Sonya Robbins is asserting herself against the new Diamond champion, and oh my god, that kick! What a snap kick right to the chin of Sin Callahan, is following up with a sleeper slam. Robbins is on the attack right now, and why shouldn't she be? Despite the fact that she's been as high-spirited as one could possibly be after losing a championship that you've held for the better part of 10 full months. You have to believe that she's got some pent-up frustration somewhere within her psyche that she intends on exacting all over Sin Callahan, not just tonight, but any night that she gets the chance to face Callahan in the ring, be it a championship match or not. But Sin managing to fight back and now tags in the massive Tamara. Tamara will try to overwhelm Robbins here with her power. And there is still that issue going on between that of Tamara and Jamie Fury, just two giants among women, so to speak. And look at Tamara just laughing at Robbins. And Sonya makes her pay. Spinning roundhouse kick right to the chin. And a second one off the Irish whip. Robbins exploiting that martial arts acumen that has been a trademark of hers for pretty much the entire duration of her career here in the XWA. And now we got power on power. Robbins tagging in Jamie Fury, and what's she doing here? Oh my, wow. Showing off some agility there. Going over the top rope with that elbow drop off of the slingshot there by Robbins. A very innovative double team maneuver. Obviously, Robbins and Fury, just as much friends as they are rivals. It was Fury who Sonya Robbins defeated to win the Diamond Championship. And you gotta believe that somewhere in the back of Fury's mind, she wants a crack at Sin and becoming a possible 3-time Diamond Champion. She would be the first to achieve that accolade. But that's a long-term goal. Short-term goal right now would be trying to find a way out of this bow and arrow lock modified by Tamara, center of the ring. Imagine all of that max on top of you, torquing you, stretching out your arms in a direction they were not designed to stretch. Only a woman like Jamie Fury would be able to withstand something like that and still be able to function properly. Tamara with that pancake, that flapjack right there on the corner. And one thing I can say about Tamara, she is powerful. That goes without saying, as she just tossed Fury clean across the ring. But for that power, she seems to be a little bit on the arrogant side. Sometimes she just kind of antagonizes her opponents, and we've seen before that has come back to bite her, being a little too arrogant. That spinning back fist, though, when you got moves that are so powerful and so sudden, it would be kind of understandable being able to, or being as cocky as Tamara is. But here's Fury now. She countered Tamara, and now she's gonna look to put this match away. Hoisting her up, and the power of Jamie Fury on display yet again. The sound in the Fury center of the ring. And Miyoko Shinsuke manages to break up the count at 2. And Irish whips Fury back into her corner. Good strategy there by Shinsuke. Breaking up the pin and then pinning Jamie Fury back into her team's corner. And oh my God, that body press. That is a very, very large and profound posterior there on Tamara that just got pressed right into Fury's face. And now a Fury of slams on Fury. A flurry to Fury. And what you gonna do here? Oh God, she just applied that vice grip. Those massive hands just squeezing onto the cranium of Fury, and she is down. And now Tamara looking to put her opponent away. Double underhooks, and we've seen this so many times before. Up goes Fury and down with the implant buster. That could be it right there. Pin. And took too long maybe. Or maybe she just didn't see Sonya Robbins right behind her to break up the pin. And Fury with the gut buster to follow up, and now she's fired up. When you hit a dog, two things are going to happen. They're either going to cower or they're going to stand up and out. Okay, well, sometimes when you stand up and try to fight back, you get knocked down again. And that's exactly what happened there. But now Fury trying a second time. Clothesline in the corner. Second clothesline. And dropping Tamara in the center of the ring with that sidewalk slam. And now Fury going up to the top rope with a flying elbow drop right down on Tamara. That is a rare show of agility there. And this is a not so rare show of power. 2 pumps on the vertical suplex, showing off that upper body strength that has been the bread and butter of Fury's game for years. And it looks like she's going to try to show it off again. A second Sound and Fury. And oh my God, did you just see what Sonya Robbins just tried to do on the outside? She tried to drop kick. Send Callahan off the apron. That backfired, but Robbins asserting herself now. Trying her best to get some kind of distraction going. That's pretty good strategy there. And again, Fury trying to go for that pump vertical suplex, but Shinsuke nips that one on the butt, and now a double team. Double side slam by Shinsuke and Tamara. And now Tamara with Fury in the corner. Tagging Callahan back in. And a top rope drop kick. Flatliner combination. And there goes another cover. And only a 2 count on Fury. But Callahan immediately follows up with that float over DDT, dropping Jamie Fury on her head. And now in comes Shinsuke, the fresh woman in this match. Togo. But Shinsuke after the poison missed again, and Shinsuke could finish this match right now. Wait, what the? The lights just went off in the arena again, and what the hell? Where is Miyoko Shinsuke? The lights just dimmed out in the arena, and Shinsuke has disappeared. She is nowhere to be found, and you can see the look on Fury and Tamara's face. They don't know what the heck is going on. I don't think anybody knows what's going on right now, but under the circumstances, it looks like Tamara's now the legal woman for her team. I just don't understand exactly what it is that's going on. We'll try to get some kind of information for you here, but your guess is as good as mine. Shinsuke just vanished out of thin air. But we're going to try to get focused back into this match here, and Togo now grabbing Tamara long enough to give Fury a breather. And there's that front face DDT off of a vertical position. Another one of those quintessential power moves in Jamie Fury's arsenal. And there was a hard arm drag takedown right there. Fury now with Tamara in the corner, going top rope. What's he gonna do here? And Tamara's up and down with that fall away slam. Yeah, we know, Jamie, you're strong. That's a big girl right there, taking care of business, and it looks like she's gonna spear out of nowhere. Fury explodes with that spear from out of the corner. And for the second time in this match, Sound and the Fury, down goes Tamara, and the ref with the count and the 3. Jamie Fury prevails once again against Tamara, showing off that power. But let's take a look at what happened that led to this. Miyoko Shinsuke, for all practical points and purposes, had Jamie Fury down, and then the lights dimmed out in the arena, and the next thing you know, she's gone. Just vanished. Nowhere to be found. And there you see Jamie Fury taking advantage of some timely distraction by her partner, Tadako Togo. Meanwhile, Sin, distracted by Sonya outside of the ring, unable to get back into the ring in time to break up the 3 count. So another triumphant night for the team of Togo and Fury, and for Sonya Robbins, maybe a small order of vindication, but we still have no idea what the hell just happened to Miyoko Shinsuke. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, a 6-man battle royale to determine the new #1 contendership for the XWA World Heavyweight Championship. Stay tuned. Welcome back once again to XWA TakeDown, and this match is a match that was declared at InsurXion, a 6-man battle royale made by President and CEO Carmella Blackheart to declare a new #1 contender for the XWA Heavyweight Championship of the world. And making his way to the ring, well, you could call him a wild card if ever there was one. Sebastian Nova, in only his 2nd match in the XWA, has a chance to become the heavyweight champion of the world. And in a very short period of time, this guy's become one of the more popular guys in the XWA. I mean, he's a hit in social media, that's for certain. And now making his way to the ring, a man who has a chance himself to make a power play. Co-leader of World's Finest, billionaire Brock Bentley, who is 1 match away from a chance to bring the Holy Grail, so to speak, into the fold of World's Finest, who already have possession of the National Championship held by Union King, and of course the Pure Championship held by Legionarius. To think that this faction could possibly become holders of the World Championship to boot, that would put them in a completely different hemisphere, so to speak, in terms of influence and power and stroke in the XWA, which is probably one of the reasons why, well, being as unbiased as I possibly can, I can't be biased, unfortunately. World's Finest cannot win this match. Brock Bentley cannot win this match. If what is good for business, if what's good for the XWA is paramount, Bentley cannot win. But this guy winning wouldn't be so bad. Yoshi Togo, the CEO of View Japan Pro Wrestling, a former View Japan World Champion, and having the XWA World Heavyweight Championship on his shoulder would be a chip on his shoulder. One of the true legends in the business today, and obviously a longtime rival of co-leader of World's Finest, Victory Musashi. He would certainly do well as a World Heavyweight Champion himself. He's done it before. And here goes the X Factor. We've already seen the wild card. Now comes the X Factor. The big dog from Chicago, Illinois, Rottweiler, who we found out earlier tonight is a member of this new group known as Villainy, headed up by Tyson Blackheart. And I'm still reeling at that bit of information that we learned early on. Just as bad as the World Championship falling into the clutches of World's Finest would be the championship falling into the clutches of Tyson Blackheart and Villainy. But that is a very real possibility in this match should this man emerge victorious. So there's some definite cause for concern in this match that I'm not sure that Carmella Blackheart was completely aware of when she decided that she wanted to put certain individuals in the match. And another perfect example of that is the man who now walks out from the crowd into the ring. Kevin Lassiter, representing Katana. Katana, who have possession of the XWA Tag Team Championships. And of course, headed up by current New Japan World Champion Jung Suzuki. Imagine, if you would, Katana with the View Japan World Championship and the XWA World Heavyweight Championship. That's kind of a big deal there, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said before, it's a possibility. It could happen if Lassiter wins this match. But then we talk about the last principle in this contest. The man who Kevin Lassiter turned on to become a member of Katana. That being the man on fire, as it is that he is now proclaiming himself, Christian Phoenix. And what more can be said about Christian Phoenix? The upside on this young man is through the roof. And since breaking off, or should I say being turned on, by his former best friend, Phoenix has refocused his entire game plan here in the XWA towards not just singles competition, but becoming a champion. And, well, what better way to start that off than by becoming the world champion? Like I said, it could happen. Any one of these men right now has a very real and legitimate chance of upending the God King Orion. Because, let's face it, that Game of Thrones match in InsurXion definitely showed some kinks into the once thought to be invincible armor of the current World Heavyweight Champion. But the action has just begun, and as it being a 6-man battle royale, there is just too much action to keep track of here by one man, but I'll do as best as I can here. Right now you got Phoenix on Rottweiler. You've got Lassiter on Togo. Well, okay, maybe not now. Okay, now you do have Lassiter on Togo. And Nova and Bentley to the right of your screen. Bentley taking a reverse DDT there by Sebastian Nova, who showed some serious intestinal fortitude in his debut on episode 3 of XWA TakeDown. And right about now, he is asserting himself on Brock Bentley, a far more polished and experienced competitor. But now things have switched up. Lassiter on Nova, and Togo now taking an elbow by Togo. Meanwhile, Christian Phoenix throwing the big man down with a vertical suplex. And a fist drop to follow up. And a whiff there by Nova off of a moonsault. And Christian Phoenix with the twist of fate. Going for a quick cover. We could have an elimination right here, but no. Only a 1 count. But maybe not so much here. Phoenix Smasher. And down goes the big dog. Could Tyson Blackheart's plans be spoiled here? No. 2 count only. And that was a very showy, flashy move there by Nova. Well, he's pretty showy and flashy. So yeah, that's to be expected. Oh, and look at the athleticism of Sebastian Nova with that whisper in the wind. And a big slam by the big dog. And want to talk about showing off agility. Dropping the elbow. No. Missed by Christian Phoenix. A whiff right there, but he doesn't pay for it. Rottweiler not taking advantage of the counter. And there goes a stiff smack right across the face of Phoenix by Togo. Front headlock. And a slap to Kevin Lassiter. Wow, he just knocked the taster out of his mouth. Only gets a 1 count though. There goes a side headlock by Togo. Meanwhile, Nova with the spinning head scissor on Rottweiler. Meanwhile, standing moonsault by Phoenix on Bentley. Phoenix going to the top rope again. And a blockbuster. And another standing moonsault. And meanwhile, Togo now showing Mat Wrestling 101 on Lassiter. Meanwhile, cover by Nova on Rottweiler. It was Rottweiler who Nova defeated in his debut match after taking a prodigious beating. Lightning possibly striking twice there. Near fall by Bentley on Phoenix. And meanwhile, here's Lassiter. Top rope with Togo. Top rope superplex. Meanwhile, pinfall. And Rottweiler just went down off of that Phoenix Smasher by Phoenix. And now Sebastian Nova just turned around and pinned Brock Bentley as well. Back-to-back eliminations by Sebastian Nova, who is just on a roll right now. I hope you were not blinking or going to get a soda or something, because if you did, then you're going to miss this action here. There goes a running clothesline by Lassiter and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Nova. And Nova now. He calls that the Supernova, and it was just enough to pin Yoshi Togo. Sebastian Nova has accounted for 50% of the eliminations in this match so far. He's pinned Rottweiler, he's pinned Brock Bentley, and now he pinned Yoshi Togo. Oh my God, the wild card I'm calling him. He could very well win this thing. But he just took a barrage there by Phoenix and a twist of fate. And now Phoenix to the top rope, going for the Phoenix Splash. And Christian Phoenix with the cover, and only a 2 count. Oh my God, this man is made of... He's not human. Sebastian Nova is like... he's got to be some kind of extraterrestrial being. The amount of punishment that he can take is just off the charts, but he just took a flatliner there. And that's going to be the end of his night. But I got to tell you, Sebastian Nova has shown us something tonight. that guy is the real deal. And so is that implant DDT. The former friends now, the last two men standing. And that could have been an elimination right there. That could have been the end of the match. Lassiter and Phoenix going at it in the corner. Reversal by Phoenix. And a couple of shots, and now he's going top rope. What's he gonna do here? Oh my God! Call it a Tower of London, call it a jawbreaker, call it whatever you want to. I call it a near fall. But now both men trading shots in the center of the ring. There is certainly a whole lot of animosity, a whole lot of frustrated feelings in between these two men. And there was some serious force behind that twist of fate. And now Phoenix dropping Lassiter with the Phoenix Smasher. 1, 2. And with that, Christian Phoenix is now the new #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. As we take a look back at the highlights, there you see elimination #1. It was off of a Shining Wizard by Nova. And then immediately following that up, Nova goes for the pin on Bentley after taking a Phoenix Smasher. And it's back-to-back eliminations by Nova. And then he hits the Supernova on Togo for elimination #3. And then he takes a flatliner, which finishes him off. Phoenix pinning off of that move. And the coup de grace, the last blow, the Phoenix Smasher. And a certain level of payback on his former friend for turning his back on him. And Christian Phoenix is the new #1 contender. Christian Phoenix will face off against the God King Orion at our next CTV event, XWA Solstice. And this is a career-defining moment for that young man. But speaking of the World Heavyweight Champion, he faces off against the apparent brother to the president and CEO of this company. Tyson Blackheart faces off against Orion for the first time ever. Next. Welcome back to XWA TakeDown, and it is time for our main event of the evening. And marching down to the ring through hellfire and brimstone, the Red Devil, Tyson Blackheart, who we learned earlier tonight is apparently the brother to Carmella Blackheart. And I am still personally processing the magnitude of that announcement. Blackheart apparently is a 30% owner of the Blackheart Foundation, which is the parent company of the XWA. And his mission, as he has stated, is to claim the other 70%, which, of course, is in possession of Carmella Blackheart, the president and CEO of this company. And he's only apparently recruited so far 3 other individuals to follow his cause, his war, so to speak. And his opponent is a man who has taken a personal objection to Blackheart's actions at InsurXion. that first shot, as it is that he called it, which pretty much ended the Game of Thrones match for the World Championship in a no contest. And Orion believes that that was stolen glory. He believed that InsurXion was his opportunity to silence the disbelievers and establish himself as the single greatest heavyweight champion in the history of the XWA. That, of course, is not to be, and it's directly the fault and responsibility of Tyson Blackheart, and is the reason why we are having this match tonight. Orion wants to extract a level of payout on the Red Devil for denying him the glory of defeating Riot and becoming the one true king of the XWA. And the referee calls for the bell. This main event is underway, and as I said before, this is the very first time that these two men are standing in the center of the same ring. So what is it that we can expect? Well, you already know what to expect in Orion. Power and precision. Arguably the most technically sound big man in professional wrestling. At 350 full body pounds, only 3% body fat, the man is a specimen. And he utilizes his strength to great effect. And of course, Tyson Terra, not a small man by any stretch of the imagination, but far more vicious, as it is that we had seen at InsurXion and in previous appearances here in the XWA. Tyson Terra is a man who will stoop to no low, who will stoop to any low, I should say, in order to get what it is he wants. And for a long time, we never even knew exactly what it is that he wanted. An enigma, a vagabond, a mystery. But the mystery has now been quelled or solved, if you will. We know exactly what it is that Tyson Blackheart wants. And that's everything. Control, full control of the XWA. And whatever it is that he has planned in this apparent war that he's got in store for his sister Carmella is one that's going to send aftershocks throughout the entire XWA roster. Luckily, the first opportunity was spoiled by Sebastian Nova, of all people, who dispelled any chance of Rottweiler becoming #1 contender for the championship that Orion just so happens to still have in his possession. There goes a nice drop kick there, showing off uncanny agility for a man his size, and one of those classic hatch suplexes that's become one of Orion's trademarks. And here goes another one. Double underhook suplex. And for a man with the obvious power that Orion has, he rarely needs to even exploit his power. That's how technically sound he is. That's just the level of ring psychology and precision that he exploits in every single one of his matches. He hardly uses any energy. And that's one of the reasons why he is the World Heavyweight Champion and is still, up to this point, undefeated, at least in the record books. The records will show that Orion did not lose at InsurXion, despite the fact that he did, in fact, get pinned for a 3 count by Riot in the first fall of the Game of Thrones match. And that is exactly what it is that Blackheart, I'm still calling him Terra because it just hasn't fully registered the fact that this man is, in fact, Tyson Blackheart. But it's a point that Blackheart made that, in a strange sort of way, he helped Orion by interfering in the championship match because Riot, in fact, did pin the champion. And he was pretty close to probably finishing the match off before Blackheart interjected himself at the end of the match. Of course, Orion takes offense to that, and who could blame him? I mean, for so long, everybody has said that Riot was probably going to be his greatest challenge, and it's a challenge that he has not overcame. And Tyson Terra is the reason, Tyson Blackheart is the reason for that to not have taken place. And that was a vicious choke slam right there. And that's a setup for that big boot that he calls the problem solver. And only gets a 2 count. He still calls it the problem solver, even though he's firmly established the fact that he no longer is a problem solver in the sense of being a hired gun, as he has been for so long in his career. Now he is the problem. Just how much of a problem is yet to be seen, but at this present moment, he's giving Orion problems. Serious problems. The champion has been reeling for the past few minutes, and there goes a vicious reverse DDT by the Red Devil, who's like a shark right now, smelling blood, dropping those fists right onto the forehead of Orion. And there was a double axe handle, blowing the champion back, and a kick right to the groin area. Just no remorse by Terra, but just like that, Orion pops back with a counter and a big lariat, taking the man down, and now an Irish whip and a beautifully executed German suplex. Orion now delivering that double axe handle of his own, and that one is a very much more effective axe handle. It just knocked Terra for a loop, knocked Blackheart for a loop. You gotta forgive me, folks. Fall of Olympus on Tyson Blackheart, and that could be the end of the match right there, or maybe not. Wouldn't surprise me right now that Orion wants to make an example out of Blackheart here tonight. So not going for the finish as he normally would after the fall of Olympus, he opts to prolong the punishment. And Orion delivers the mark of deity and goes for the cover. 2 counters. Only getting a 2 count. But right on the follow with that lariat. That's so hard of a clothesline, you can call it a lariat. And it looks like he's going for it. No. Terra 1 step ahead of the game right there. Countering what looked like a power bomb. It could have probably wound up being another fall of Olympus. but he answers with a power bomb of his own. The last rites. Center of the ring. 1, 2. And Orion kicks out at the count of 2. And both men stand off. It's a stalemate here, folks. And now trading shots. Right hand after right hand. Orion and Blackheart have taken everything that each other can dish out and are still asking for more. But the effects of the punishment that both men have been dealing is certainly starting to be felt. Like I said earlier, as Orion delivers a scintillating brain buster, there's a kink in the armor of the God King right now since InsurXion. And it's been news that has floated throughout the entire XWA locker room. Official records will say that Orion is still undefeated, but the fact of the matter is, he was pinned. Riot pinned the champion. And that is a fact right there that everybody has been talking about. Oh God, there's Blackheart swinging neck breaker. And the veneer of the God King has been severely dulled over the course of the past few weeks. He's looking really human nowadays. And he's looking to regain some momentum, but right now, things are not looking very good for the champ. Tara slamming Orion against that announce table, and oh God, no. He is not going to do what I think he's going to do. Are you kidding me? Powerbomb through the table? Oh my God. A last rites right through the Spanish announce table. And a champion just went down in a heap. And the referee now is up to the count of 7. And how would that be for Tara to end the winning streak, the undefeated streak of Orion by countout? Wait a second. The lights just went out in the arena again. This is the second time this has happened. Again? What the hell is going on here? Oh my God.